Now, two really great Chinese smartphones have been released in the last weeks, but how do they perform against each other? So here comes the showdown of the year, the Huawei Mate 9 versus the Xiaomi Mi Mix. First of all, quickly the main differences. Both have almost the same dimensions, but the Xiaomi's display is 6.4 inches against 5.9 on the Mate 9. Also both are IPS, but the color saturation and the colors in general, they look more vivid on the Xiaomi in all settings, almost like an AMOLED screen. In fact, 1080p Mate does not sound a lot, but both screens look fabulous. The Mi Mix comes with a Snapdragon 821, while the Mate 9 rocks a Kirin 960 SoC. Both have 4GB of RAM. This results in around 120K in Antutu for the Mate 9 and a massive 138K for the Mi Mix. But to be honest, the Mate 9 won't show its full potential right now since it's an early test model and the final update didn't arrive yet. Also the Vulkan API is outdated right now, but let's get started and let's check out the games. The Mate 9 performs already great in most of the games. All the games like Modern Combat are running fine, also with the latest patch. There is occasional micro-stutter on the Mate 9 due to its non-final software. The Mi Mix runs smooth like butter. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the FPS counter to run because it needs root and there is no Mate 9 root tutorial right now. The Mi Mix runs MIUI 8, which eats a lot of RAM to keep everything cached and fast, but as soon as you're in the game it aggressively kills all the unneeded stuff in the background and you can play everything fine. The Mate 9 handles it a different way. Memory consumption is always below 50% and it tries to keep the memory as clear as possible. World of Tanks Blitz runs really good on the Mate 9 on the highest settings, but also on the Mi Mix. Both devices are great performers in that multiplayer game. My P9 Plus really struggled with World of Tanks, but those phones handle it like a charm on the highest settings. Asphalt Extreme is almost smoother on the Mate 9, but the bad thing is that the Vulkan driver has issues with the game. You can only see the wheels, but there is no car. But also the Mi Mix performs great in that game. High graphic racing games are definitely not a problem on those phones at all. Heroes of Incredible Tales is a game that profits from the new Vulkan API, and it runs so smooth on the Mate 9 with even more effects. On the Xiaomi Mi Mix we have a Vulkan ready chipset, but we would need to wait for an MIUI update to support it, and let's see what the future brings. All in all, it's also no surprise that this game runs very smooth on both phones. Last but not least we have Olympus Rising. It's also a Vulkan ready game that runs really great, and I played sometimes for it on both phones, and both phones had the display the whole time on maximum brightness. Both phones were running cool, there were no overheats, just the Xiaomi felt a bit hotter around the camera, but there's nothing to worry about. No overheating on both and great performance. Something I want to mention is the memory performance. The internal memory and RAM of the Mi Mix, if the benchmarks are correct, then they're almost 100% faster. That's maybe not only hardware related, but let's see when both run the final software. So thanks for watching guys, I hope you did enjoy this video, and if it was helpful, please like the video and subscribe. Also switch on notifications right next to the subscribe button, so you won't miss any future giveaways. I'm Steven from TechMagnet, and that was our comparison between the Mi Mix and the Mate 9. Have a nice day.